Today, during the press conference, reporter Hallie Jackson, with MSNBC chooses the most inane question: when will the fake news realize we are not interested in manufactured drama? Sarah Huckabee Sanders did an amazing job of clearing up the fake situation the press wants to create. Fast forward to today's press briefing. Before the cabinet meeting with President Trump, he held a quick Q&A with the press in an effort to be transparent. The presser was ending, and you can hear an aide trying to clear the room. Also, you hear Cecilia Vega with ABC and other reporters hollering out questions. In a flurry of activity, the press decides that President Trump said no when asked an asinine question if Russia would be involved in our future elections. President Trump was actually responding to the aide who was closing the presser down. Watch the video here and listen to President Trump give the press an earful about Russia while he is at it. Instead of focusing on what President Trump did say, the press would rather talk about a reporter who asked a question, and whether or not POTUS answered it. Sarah explains to Hallie that POTUS was not answering the question that Cecilia asked. Hallie continues to insist that he did. Sarah truly is a saint. She handled Hallie like a school teacher with a special needs child who needs extra attention. Sarah even tells Hallie exactly what was said since she herself was in the room at the time. Then Sarah explains to Hallie that even Cecilia asked for clarification and was unsure if POTUS was responding to her or the aide. Sarah then tells the press corps that she spoke with the president and that he was indeed talking to the aide. And Hallie refuses to accept the truth. In closing, Sarah also gave the reporter a dose of her well-chosen words to put Hallie back in her seat. Hallie continues to insist that POTUS answered Cecilia. Finally, Sarah had enough. She tells her, "That's a pretty bold call. President Trump has been extremely tough on Russia, and to say anything different is just not true." Boom. Sarah sets the crooked media straight. It is also obvious that the media wants to control the narrative rather than report what POTUS said during the press briefing, because what POTUS said during the press briefing was powerful and implicates Obama, and no reporter wants to talk about that. President Obama, along with Brennan and Clapper, and the whole group that you see on television now, probably gonna create a lot of money from the networks. They knew about Russia's attempt to interfere in the election in September and they totally buried it. As I said, they buried it because they thought Hillary Clinton was going to win. Turned out, it didn't happen that way. By contrast, my administration has taken a very firm stance. It's a very firm stance on a strong action. We're going to take strong action to secure election systems and the process. Furthermore, as has been stated and we've stated it previously, on many occasions, no collusion. No wonder the leftist media wants to deflect from the content of what the president actually spoke about.